My name is Miss Cat. Well, they call me Miss Cat. My name is Cat Hiskey, owner of the Weave Buddy. I had a couple of projects that I started. I did the BB. I applied the BB. So the BB is for crochet. This doll head, as you can see, there's no glue and it's not pinned down. But look at how you can make the hair go back and it stays in place, because that's just how the Weave Buddy works. See, I don't glue anything down, okay? It's not glued down or pinned down, but the Weave Buddy keeps that hair in place, the hairline in place, so that you can make your hair, you can pull it up. You can pull it up. Miss Keisha, I know you just called me earlier. This is the BB, okay? I like how the BB is so strong because it wraps around the back a little. So when you do want to do your styles up, I like the BB. The BB is so strong. We do have the Maxine. The Maxine is also for crochet or sewing. You put it on from back to front. Sorry. So make sure that this indentation is always on the back part. If you didn't have this indentation on the back part, see how flat that makes it? If you were to use this indentation in the front, okay, then this part would stick up and buckle on you. Don't do that. Take the time to see what direction these pieces go. Notice how the slant is going upward, because this upward, it goes around the ear. Now if it were like the BB, you would see the curve more, but for the Maxine and the Coco, you don't really see the curve much. So there's a couple of things you have to look for. Making sure that, obviously, if the front is lower than the back, that's wrong. I'm sorry I can't say hi to my beautiful ladies and princesses and queens and everybody. So the front always should be at a higher peak than the back, okay? But also this indentation always should be here, because that keeps it from buckling. It won't buckle. But if you put it on backwards, that'll buckle, okay? Don't do that. Your clients won't like that. The stronger one would be the BB, because it wraps around. That's the stronger one. But some people don't want that much. You don't want that much. The Maxine will work. We'll hold it in place. I feel that the BB will last longer, will stay in place longer. But if your client doesn't want all that, then the Maxine would work, okay? Before we apply the Maxine, I want to show you how and talk about how to add holes on your crochet units. I get my claws from Amazon. Just do a search for extra hands, anything like that, and there'll be different kinds of extra hands that you can use. I like this one because it's heavy and very strong. And I'm going to go ahead and start adding the holes on this crochet unit. You can't just put this on your client and try to stick this through. It's not going to go through this lace. I've had some people, write me or call me and say, that they couldn't get the crochet hook through the holes. Okay, my crochet units come with a disposable craft knife, and usually come with a crochet hook unless I'm out, and those are just super hard for me to keep up with. Be careful, don't throw the craft knife away. It's there so that you can cut the holes on your crochet units. So you're going to do it diagonally. I don't care which diagonally you go, but you're going to do it diagonally. So you put, the pointy part on one corner and you bring it down to another. Let me bring it up close to you. Where did I do it? Okay, you see that? So you diagonally make these holes from one corner to another, and just don't, guys, I've said it before and I'll say it always, say it. Don't do this on your customers. Don't cut the holes while your customer is wearing this. I'm just saying, guys, I'm warning you. That would not be good. So we've got diagonals and we're making holes. We're slicing it. In between here where these little lines are, I like to slice that too. Continue. So before your client comes in, have this ready. Or if she's the one bringing it to you for the day of, then have her hold it for you while you make the holes, not on her head. Okay? Hello to everyone who is waving. So this is what you need to do before you put this on your client's head. If you have purchased one of our crochet systems before and couldn't get the crochet needle through, if you would just watch the instructional videos, see how you can get that crochet hook through? You can't get it through if there's no hole. You got to make the hole. So please remember that. I tell you in the instructional videos that I send out, I tell you on the actual unit itself, on the home page. I don't know how else to tell you. It comes with one of these. I'm not even asking you to go buy one. It comes with one. Disposable craft knife. Just go in and make your slices. Now you have already, this one didn't get it because it was on the wall. Now your unit is ready to be sewn in and to be crocheted. So stay tuned for part 2. By Weave Aid, okay? Weave Aid. I've bought a whole bunch of these pillows. I've had them for years and they haven't even fallen apart. That's how good this company made these. But anywho, so I have my needles all prepared. I chose to do them light brown so you can kind of see my sewing. We've got hairline around the edges, a little bit going to the back, but not much. Let's pretend like the customer's like I don't want all that. Because see, if it were me, I'd be using the BB for her. I'd be using the BB because the BB's super strong. This is a crochet, okay? But the customer is like, I don't want it to go all that. So we have the Maxine crochet. It goes from ear to ear. Now, on the first part, I already cut the holes with the portable, disposable craft knife it comes with. I already cut the holes. Okay, so if you didn't watch the first part, watch the first part. Second thing, so this, you can tell two ways how this is going to go. First of all, this indentation, the highest point goes towards the face. It's almost like, you know, as if ear, it's going around the ear, okay? Don't do it backwards where the highest point is in the back. The highest point needs to be in the front. Okay, ladies? All right, enough with that. So now we're going to put it on from the back to the front. And we're going to make sure that both sides around the ear are even. This one I had extra, it's a size small. Size medium, doesn't have the elastic yet, so I'm going to use the size small. But the size medium stretch is a little more longer. And then we have the size large for even larger. Let me go on a side note real quick, the cocoa. This one's the large cocoa, okay? The large cocoa, the cocoa crochet covers pixie styles, okay? So if you want to do pixie crochet styles, the cocoa crochet. If you want to do pixie sew-ins, it's the cocoa sew-in, okay? Now, let's get back to this crochet. We want to make sure both sides are even. And then you want to take the elastic bands, make sure that you're gonna, you know, don't put it way back here where her braids start and then leave her still with no edges. The whole point of the Weave Buddy is to give your clients new edges and to fill in wherever else they need. So don't start sewing your Weave Buddy back here. I've seen it happen. People will sew it where the beginning of the braids are. No. You want to create a new hairline for your customers. So you want to give them, bring it forward so that they can have their new hairline and make sure that this middle line is centered to her nose. Then go ahead, for these guys, I usually say, you know, sew the front, but for the Maxines, let's sew it, let's tie it back here, right off the bat. This is sticking up like this, but you're going to sew it down, okay? Everything's gonna get sewn down. So let's start our sewing it down first. What you do to one side, you do to the other side, okay, to keep it even. So let's get that needle in there. Now remember, I'm using brown thread just so that you could kind of see my sewing. If I were to use black thread, it'd probably just get lost with all this black that I have going on here. I have black lace, I have black hair, simulation of hair. So we're using brown. Now, I'm at a spot where I call this the slit. So let's go ahead and close this slit while we're sewing this down. Okay. And then I'm going to stop here at this corner because I want to do the same thing to the other side. So let's just wait here. Notice I haven't used the protective paddles yet because the protective paddles are for the front. Okay, so now I want to, whatever you do to one side, you kind of do to the other side. So now we're here at this center. You see the center, the slit there? So I'm going to put the needle in, make your knot, and then close that slit too. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, okay? This is for a crochet installation on someone who has damaged to balding edges. As you saw when I first started on the doll head, there weren't any edges. So now I'm just attaching the edge, the back edge, not the front edge, the back edge to the wee buddy to the healthy braids back here. Okay? So far so good, ladies. Now both sides, now up here is flat already. So we're going to continue to bring this needle downward. And when you see a slit, make sure you close it up. And what that does is it starts forming the shape of your client's scalp. So let's get this closed up. When I first get my students, they try to sew through the little holes. I tell them the only time that I would recommend having to sit there and sew through the little holes is on the tips. Other than that, use your big holes. Don't try to get, don't try to get all, nitty gritty about it and use those little holes. Get on the big holes. Before we make this part super firm, let's get on the other side and close it up over there, okay? So since I'm on a corner, I'm gonna get through that little hole. It's already going down, but I can make this still tighter, okay? Let me see if I can bring this down a bit. I feel like it's too far away. Is that better? If you have any questions, make sure to ask. Write it down. Or if you want to get on, feel free to make a request. And don't accidentally click the button because I will put you on. So now we're going to go ahead and sew this downward on the other side. Can you see? Can you see pretty good? Any questions, ladies? Do you have any customers that would love a crochet, but you just can't do a crochet anymore because she doesn't have any more edges? I recommend either the BB for crochet. This one wraps around all the way to the nape, or the Maxine that goes from ear to ear. I'm using the smaller one, so it's not quite at the ear. So you gotta make sure you order the right one. So for this size head, you would be using the medium. I had this one available, and that's what I'm using. Okay. Now I want to make these sides a little tighter, a little more firm. So see this elastic here? I'm gonna get this elastic to be sewn together with the wee buddy. Let's bring that thread over here. Be careful not to poke your customer. This should be a little bit more firm now. And of course, once you do your crochet and everything, but see, that's feels really good there. And go ahead and do that to the other side. Also, we're not done because we're still going to put the paddles in the front and close those slits in the front. So you're going to see how that goes even flatter. But let's go ahead and sew the elastic, this part here, onto the wee buddy. Tell me if you can't see or if you can. If you have any questions, also please feel free to ask. People write me a lot and they want to know where exactly the weave buddy gets attached to. So if you've been wondering, this is a good time to watch this video, and it's a good time to ask more questions. Okay. You can also sew this elastic to the back, and then, you know, when it's time to reuse, get that elastic back out and do it again. Just be real careful when you're removing. So now, since I know that I'm not going to use this lace, I'm just going to remove it. Be careful. Don't poke your customer. Okay, so I don't know where my towels went. I'm going to get some more. Hi. For those of you who are just joining us, on the part one, I made the slits on the Maxine. This is the part two where I'm sewing the Maxine down. Now we want to go ahead and add our protective paddles. Okay, because whenever you're sewing where her delicate scalp is and her delicate edges, you want to make sure that you protect those edges. So now we're going to go, let's start the sewing a little back so you don't have a little knot in the front. When you do knots in the front, they can be loosened easily. So start your knot back here, and then go ahead and close this slit. What this does is it starts forming more, even more, the shape of your customer's hairline. And then I like to say travel with your needle. So get that needle and bring it down. And close these slits here. Oops. Be careful not to put that needle through to poke your customer, but you're sewing on top of the protective paddles, okay? So now you know why those red paddles are called the protective paddles. Can the BB be used for sew-ins also? Yes, but you might as well, if you're for sew-ins, you might as well do like the Debbie. The Debbie is the strongest hairline unit. If you're not going to be crocheting, the reason why the BB is because the holes are bigger. It's like the Debbie, but the holes are bigger. Okay, so you can crochet. But if you're going to be doing sewing, you might as well do the Debbie. The Debbie is for no parts. Now, if you want to do a sew-in, hairline sew-in, well, it's no leave out, but hairline protection, if you want middle part is the mariposa. If you want closures is the patty. We have a new one called the Frida, and that's for frontals. Yes, finally we came up with the frontal ones. The frontal ones part all the way around from temple to temple. You can part all the way across. We didn't have that before. We just have it now, and that's why if you go on, you won't see the picture because I don't have a picture yet for the Frida, but the Frida is for frontals. So any of the sew-ins, go through my shop, and you will see, read through them, and you'll see all the different ones. Okay, so now I'm working my way down with the needle. Okay, and I'm closing these little slits. As I close these slits, this becomes even more firm. You see that? As I close the slits, this becomes even more firm. And ladies, it stays like that. It stays like that during the time of your customers' weaves or crochets. It does stay like that. Now, obviously hair grows and it's going to start moving, but for the duration of 8 to 10 weeks, we got a nice firm, hairline that's not going to pull back on your customer. So let me go ahead and go to the other side. I can't wait to start doing the crochet on this. Ladies, what kind of hair do you want me to use? Loose hair or braids? What would you like to see? What would you like to see? I've got loose hair, I've got braids, I've got, that's it. Or I can make my own braids. So I got loose curly hair. What do you want to see the most? Let's get this through the little hole. Sometimes if the needle doesn't have enough curve, it's more difficult to get in through those little holes when you're at the edges. So try not to have your unfavorite needles. Try to have your favorite needles that you work well with, or else it just becomes a little bit harder. But see, I want to show you how nice and firm this front is, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously you saw that there's no glue, but see, it's nice and firm on the front, and we did not use any glue or tape. So now I'm going to start adding some hair. I think I'm going to use, I've been wanting to use this for a while. It almost feels like human hair, but there's no possible way this is human hair because this was cheap. This was very inexpensive, so it's just so silky. It almost feels like real hair. It's just impossible. It just cannot be real hair. Because, it was so affordable. Just can't be. But anyway, so let's do some human hair crochet, or real silky crochet, and it's going to be long. I like to take myself, see, I've never worked with this hair before, I usually like to take a little piece and wrap it and knot it, but this seems really cool. I don't think this is gonna go anywhere like that. Let's see. Let's keep going. I have never used this type of hair before, guys, but I wanted to experiment with this. Tell me if you think I'm not doing it right too. I'm thinking that if I wonder if I do double, what would happen? Just because I want it to knot up. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to do one right in between here. This is cute, girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is cute. I'm going to get in between there. Hello, hello. I'm doing a Maxine crochet. So I'm doing a crochet just using the Maxine. The Maxine goes from ear to ear. Now, it's different than my full crochet one, the BB, that wraps around the ear, okay? The Maxine only goes from ear to ear. I'm using this incredible hair that I saw and I just had to have. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not human because it was very affordable, but it feels so silky. I just absolutely love it. And see, ladies, for those of you who have already used my crochet products, you'll know that I used to use skin colored lace on the crochet. Now I'm using the black where you can't see anything at all with the black. See that? See? You can't see anything at all. And not using glue or tape or anything like that. And we're able to keep the edges where nice and full without pulling back. Let's get this hair tamed. Now, ladies, the ones of you who do crochet for a living, don't laugh at me. I know about crochet. I don't do it all day, all night like you guys do. But I'm here to show you that even if I can do this, you certainly can, for sure. Okay? I know there are better ways, better techniques, and cleaner. Even though I kind of like the bunchy like that, so it just kind of gives it that more real effect. Now remember, I'm using the size small here. The medium one would have gone down just a little bit longer, but I didn't have a free medium one. You know, not free as in free, but free as in available. Let's move on. I see some people making the hair kind of fuzzy, which I like. This hair has been in there waiting for me to use it for quite a bit, so it's gone a little messy here, but it's nice. I like it. Now see, if I had the other kind of hair, I would usually just take a little bit. Can I take a little bit? Can I take a little bit? Yes, okay. So what I like to do with these is go in, make that little knot. Go in, make that little knot. And that'll keep it better. I usually do that. I've honestly never used this kind of hair before, so I'm enjoying it and making it work. There's more here. More here. So super excited about finally getting to use this hair. I don't even know if you're supposed to. I guess it depends on how full the customer wants it. I don't know if, see, because if you try to break it, it becomes kind of knotty. And I kind of like that. Not the knotty part, but the kind of a little bit more spongy. Have you guys ever used this hair before? Give me some advice here. All right. So I'm going to try to use this skinny little piece. It's a little bit more spongy. And I like to take my little tiny hair and do a little knot to keep it in place. See how that just doesn't let it loosen? Any questions, ladies, at all? So far, see how just even the first layer, you can fill in the sides, even just look at the first layer already. So let's continue. Are you guys laughing at me? Do I look like I know what I'm doing here? Okay, like I said, I like that little tiny hair. Pull out that little tiny bit of hair with that knot. Guys, that knot does keep it better in place, nice and firm. And go underneath that elastic. Now, for those of you who don't know, have not seen Weave Buddy before, and have not purchased Weave Buddy before, you might be wondering what these 3 little red stitches are. And when God led me to make this product even stronger, He showed me that giving it 3 solid lines all the way through was going to make the Weave Buddy last even longer. Because you know, even though it's not an expensive unit, people really appreciate being able to reuse it again. Before, once you used it once, it was pretty much done. but now with the reinforced 3 layers, 3 solid lines without, there's just nothing that cuts into those 3 solid lines. The Lord showed me later that it's the spine of my whole of this whole thing, and so those 3 little red lines here that I have sewn on there is my insignia. So I asked God to show me a confirmation when He showed me to make this product even stronger. I asked for a confirmation, and He gave me the confirmation of a strand of a 3-cord strand is not easily broken. And so I was so thrilled that He gave me that confirmation. So I do write it on my packaging, as well as I do put the little three strands, and I make it red for love. So look how nicely this is going. Now you would be also doing your crochet as normal, and you'd be probably most likely be using a net as well, right? I'm just showing you, what the Weave Buddy part. I'm actually really surprised not many people are watching. This is some good stuff. Any questions, ladies? Do you have any questions on what I'm doing, or how the Weave Buddy works, or a crochet installation using the Weave Buddy? Any questions? Hello. Thank you for waving, ladies. Thank you for the love. Thank you for always coming on to wave to me when I get on. I really appreciate that. Now you saw how I do it. Oh, did I miss a... No, okay. You saw how I do it to make the knots, okay? So I'm not going to make the knots anymore. It takes more time. But if I were doing a real person, I'd be making the knots all the way around, on every single one, okay? Any observations, any questions at all? Let me know. I like to answer questions. If you want to get on and talk and chit chat, let me know. So right now we take the time to go and look at the first part so you can see how to add the holes on the silk lace, and then how to attach the maxine, and then of course how to add hair, which that, if you're getting the maxine and you're doing it on a client, I hope you already know how to do that. Hello. Look at us do some crochet with the maxine. So these, the maxine and the BB are great for alopecia crochets. We have the Crochet Princess coming out soon. That is a very fine, delicate one that is just for protecting the edges. It's for healthy edges. But you know what? our princesses have to be protected too. Our young girls who are out there doing all these wonderful styles, they need to realize that we were once there, young like them, doing all these wonderful styles, but as the years pass by, you get traction alopecia. So be careful, young ladies out there doing all these wonderful, fabulous styles. You got to protect yourself. So I have the new Princess Buddy collection coming out soon, and make sure that you call me and get yourself a set of the Princess Buddy collection. Or if you're a stylist watching this and you have a lot of young girls, young teenagers, young 20-year-old, 20, 21, 22-year-olds, they still have their edges. Let's keep it that way. Let's make sure that we keep their edges. See, some people think that, okay, one thing. This has grip on it. So you see how I can't get that hook through that grip? There's a key to that. You just use scalp oil, or let's see, I have hair oil. I'm going to put a little bit of hair oil on the area where I'm putting the hook through the, where oh, there's no hole there. Let's see. Let me find the hole. How come you can't see? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. See how it makes a difference? Because this has grip on it, so the grip is not going to allow the metal to go through unless you put some kind of oil on it. So put some kind of oil on it, it'll go right through. Okay? Let's use this hair. Put a pin on it. Some people think that the grip gets in the way, but it doesn't. You just have to use a little oil to get the crochet hook through where the grip is. And don't cover up all the grip, because then you're not going to have any grip, right? So just do a few spots where the grip is. On the other side, I'm going to do braids, just so that you can see what, what I do with braids on the Crochet Buddy. The Maxine crochet, or the BB crochet, or the Coco crochet. I didn't get enough hole. Sometimes be careful, make sure you do enough hole. I didn't do enough hole here. So, don't spank me, but I am going to get in there very gently and make a little extra hole there. Make sure this has it. Okay. Just, if you need to make an extra hole, ladies, be very careful, okay? Don't poke your client, don't cut your client, but don't use this. If you need to make an extra hole, just use the tips of some scissors. Don't use the blade. If the blade slips, it can cause some damage. So if you need to make an extra hole while the piece is on, while the Wheat Buddy is on your customer, don't use the blade, okay? The blade is for when the Weave Buddy is not on your customer. Once the Weave Buddy is on your customer, no blades. Do not use the blade. Okay? That is dangerous. It can move, it can slip on you, and no bueno. Let's see if I made a hole through here. Yes, thank goodness. Sometimes I forget to make the holes through the little slits. See these? It's good to put holes through those too, because you want to get hair through everything. Okay, this is looking good. Now remember, when I first started, I showed you how I do the little knots, but I'm not doing all those knots right now. Okay? You already know how to crochet. I'm not sitting here trying to show you how to crochet. I just want to show you what the, not end result, but the result looks like, filling up the Weave Buddy on no edges, and how you can feel, your customer can feel secure, because the hair is going to stay in place at the edges. Let me wave. Let me do some waving. Did I miss any waving over here? Okay, did I miss any questions? So wave, wave, wave. Any questions? Any questions, ladies? Let's see. Can the BB be used for sewing? Yes. So the answer is yes, but for the sew-ins, if you're still there, but that's like if they have hot scalp, or if they have sweaty scalp and they want the holes to be bigger, or if not, if they have normal scalp, then use the Debbie or one of those. Those are stronger. The smaller the hole is, the stronger the unit's going to be. You know what I mean? Another thing I wanted to do was make sure that I secured the Weave Buddy one more time. If you do have a healthy braid right around this area, just make sure that that Weave Buddy is secure on those edges properly. I've seen it to where some people only do one knot, one knot, one knot, one knot. That's not going to cut it, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to pull and cause some damage. Instead of protecting them, you're going to be harming them. So the Weave Buddy needs to be applied firmly, and substantial amount of sew spots. Okay, no, don't just 1, 2, 3, 4. Really get into it and get that on there really well. Okay, I used brown thread so you guys could see what I was doing while I was sewing. So please, when you're doing a real one, make sure you use black thread so it doesn't show through. Right here I missed another slit, so I'm going to go back in here very carefully and just create a little slit here. Okay, there's one. Boom. Get in there. Oh, see, it's not. Okay. Okay. Get that slit. Just be careful. Be very careful with those scissors. And no using the knife. When you forget a slit, use your scissors. And you see how I use the crochet, kind of pushed it up and then used my scissors that way. Here, I want to do another hole here. So, boom. Okay. It's not rocket science. Pretty easy. Getting nice and full. Might be too full. I'm just kind of getting happy with all this hair. I'm going to do braids on the other side for you. Hope you're liking it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So let's see if I can get this even more close. Is that a better view? Sometimes when it's too close, it's a worse, you get a worse view. Hold on, let me go over here. So boom. I'm gonna go here. Again, sometimes you do it in such a rush, you don't cut the holes as good. Just be careful, you're using the protective paddles, you're not using the knife. But you can go in and, you know, refresh some of those holes. Just be careful. Do not use the knife. Did I say that enough? You guys, any questions at all? I love questions. Here's another one. I don't know what was with me today. I did it too fast. But you see how the protective paddle that is there? I feel safe making some little extra adjustments, okay? Not going back. If your customer wants to put her hair back, okay, well, we still have to do more fill-in. I'm doing the maximum amount of fill-in here. Let's go this way now. If you want to do a crochet with smaller hair, smaller braids, so on and so forth, the Debbie is really good. You can still make holes on the Debbie. They're smaller, but you can still make holes and you can still get that hook through there and that hair through. So if you have thinner hair you want to use, thinner braids, try the Debbie. The Debbie, do the same thing, do the little slits and everything, but try the Debbie. It has the smaller holes, which means it's gonna cover more. Which means it's gonna cover more. Did not do this one right. Okay, I need a crochet expert to come over here and rescue me. My crochet needle broke. Okay. Look how nice that's filling up. Now I feel like doing some braids. You guys get the hang of it, right? Right? You get the hang of it. Okay, let's do the other side. I hope I didn't miss that many. There's two types of braids I like to use. The ones that are already made. And then I also like to just use hair. And I forgot how to do this. Hold on. Wow. It's been a quick minute for this one. How does this one go, guys? I forgot. Can anyone jump in and tell me how this one goes? Okay. So I know you want to put this. I'm going to get this in first. And then this, right? I think. Let's see. Is that it, guys? Is that it? It's been a quick minute since I did this one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, what? Yes! I did it! I forgot how this one was. But yeah, that's right. Okay, so get underneath that elastic. Okay, so we do this. Wait, hold on. This. Close it. Okay. I gotta get used to this again. Okay. This. All right. I'm old school, guys. My braids were like you just do some feet in and you just do some braids. I'm pretty old school. Let me see if I have any loose hair. I don't have any loose hair. So I can't show you my braiding techniques. Okay, I have a pretty good braiding technique, guys. Okay, so here, see? I remember. Okay. Okay, start again. This needle keeps breaking on me, guys. Oh, that's it. This needle's gone. I guess once they come out of here, they're gone. Wait. Hopefully I can still use it, because I will have to go look for more. See? Now remember, I used a small maxine, so it's not on ear to ear. But if you get the right size, if your client has a regular size head, then you want to get a size regular. If your client has a small head, get the size small. I used the small because it's what I had available made. You guys, am I doing it the slow way? I forgot. It's been so long for me. I forgot. Don't I love to get myself in these predicaments? I do this all the time. I do like the dumbest things on these live videos. But I don't care. It's all good. Right now I'm just filling in the back braids. And my hook keeps messing up. Okay, I'm starting to defile myself pathetically. This is pathetic. There we go. How are you doing? Do you have any questions? Can the BB? Oh, okay. Same question. No questions. No questions. Hello. How is everybody? Thank you for waving. Look at all those waves. Hello. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hi. I love the barber, and I waved. I'm sorry I didn't see your wave. Any other person? Any question? Thanks for the fire, my dear. Okay, let's see. Nope, no other question. So let's keep going. These braids are tough. Okay. Boom. Oh, okay. Boom. Boom. They're so fat. And I also have some little skinny braids that I want to do too. Let's get out some of those skinny braids. More. Let's see if they will behave better for me. Ah, look at that. And put it through here. Very nice. Make sure you do all your holes. Hello. So that you don't have to go back and get those holes on your client's head, you know. Make sure to get those holes. Open up that lace. I'm tired, guys. Way to have fun on a Saturday, huh? Let's see if your customer doesn't have any edges, really wants her crochet braids or styles. This is definitely something to consider for your options. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Make that investment. Take the time to learn how to be able to protect and fill in. You know, nets and all of that, they work for a little bit, but then they pull back. The Weave Buddy is so strong that it stays in place, and it does keep your beautiful, wonderful styles in place for the duration that it's supposed to be, okay? So please consider using the Weave Buddy on your customers who have alopecia situations. You will not regret it. You will not regret it, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to hear from someone who has used the Weave Buddy, and let me know. Just let people know. Let us know what you think of the Weave Buddy, how it feels, or what your customers are saying about it. I'm going cuckoo here. I can't get this to stay. Okay. No. What am I doing wrong here? Boom, boom. It is not happening. Close this. There you go. Jeez Louise. I must be tired, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Just filling in this mannequin's edges with braids using the Weave Buddy hairline and scalp protector. The Weave Buddy is a great option for when you don't want to use glue or tape or, hold on, let me get this through. I'm going to shoot this. Hold on. So you guys get the gist of it, right? Or do you want me to keep going? Because I don't want to lose your interest. But so the Weave Buddy fills in, allows you to fill in crochet, braids. You could even feed in the hair and braid it if you'd like. That's going to take you a long time, because nowadays they already have them done. But you know, it's your choice. But the Weave Buddy will stay in place. The Weave Buddy is strong. The stronger of the crochet, on the crochet, the stronger one is the one that wraps back, because it stays more in place. As you can see, the Maxine, even though I used the wrong size, you can do, you know, lift it up a little, but you know, because it's not wrapped around like this one is, you can't play with the hair as much. Okay, let's just put it that way. But you could still have a nice, you know, full edges. It's just you can't play with the styles as much as you could with the other one. But look at how there's no glue. There's no tape. Look how she can work her hair. She can work it. But look. There's no, it's not, I don't have it pinned up, guys. But it stays. It stays in place. Any questions? So the one I was working with is the Maxine Crochet. It just goes from ear to ear. Choose the right size. The one that is stronger, the BB Crochet, it wraps around. So if your customer is the kind who likes to do all kinds of stuff with their hair, try to get her to do the BB. But if she's just not having it, then the Maxine will still keep the hair in place. Just have to be a little more gentle, a little bit more careful when you're doing your styles. Okay? Well, anywho, I am tired and I'm gonna say sayonara. I hope you guys enjoyed And I hope that you can understand Weave Buddy a little bit more for the crochet. And thank you. Peace and love.